YouTube, we're back. It's really getting crazy now. If you'll see, I'm sorry, by the way, this will be the first video. I'm sure people in the studio can hear me, but guess what? Yes, I've rented a studio. That's not my full kit. Those are my cymbals. I'm going to do so many more videos now. So I am back. There's a video that I'll make in a bit as to why I've gone away. But we're not going to get into that just now. I will explain later. But thank you so much for sticking around and hanging in there. And hopefully you're doing well. This video, first one, we're going to actually do a drum dial application. I'm not going to get the Remo Heads. And I've kind of the bass drum, it's passable. I am very kind of time sensitive. If you want to, by the way, if you want to ignore all this, I've time stamped it. So go straight to the drum dial application. But I'm going to just do the Remo Heads and kind of multiply that by 2 in terms of, okay, well, we got to do the, or sorry, I'm not going to do the Remo Head. I'm going to do the batter head and then multiply the time that it takes to do that by 2. Just because I'm time sensitive, I only have a few, 2 hours, and I want to get as much stuff filmed and done for you guys as possible. So I will show you what it sounds like without being tuned as it is, because this is a studio, everybody's using it, and then I'll drum dial it up. You'll see how quick and easy it's done, and you'll see how good it makes it sound. Let's get into it. Right, as it sounds. Now, I know I'm so far away, but I really do hope this hasn't clipped the mic. I'm not going to be able to tell until I upload it if it has or hasn't, but that's what it sounds like. Doesn't sound dreadful, but now, hopefully, with a bit of drum dial magic, you'll be able to hear how good it can sound. Now bear in mind, again, as I say, I'm not doing the Remo Head, just for time reasons, but God, I'm nervous. It's like I haven't done this in a year. It feels like it, at least. So, coded. We are working on snare, 75 to 80. So, let's dial this in. Here we go. I feel the pressure on. I really feel the pressure here. Right? Like, just incredible. I'm gonna go for an 80, by the way. So the top end, oh, see, one of these is on 90. See, now normally, and really do understand, normally you would do this on a floor, on the lap. You wouldn't keep it in the, I guess you could call it the saddle. You wouldn't do it in the snare basket, maybe. I'm do as I say, don't ever do as I do. That's a good life lesson there. You might not even be hearing this because I might have figured out how to edit double speed, at which point you will then be just watching this whiz by you. You know? Right, here we go. Okay, here we are. So I think the problem here, guys, is I should have left the snare alone. I'm just getting it tuned in, and I'm actually seeing that because the head has not been changed in years, it seems, if I dial this down to 80 or 75, there's a gigantic pothole developing in the snare head. So I should probably just say, actually, haha. Okay, see now, here, I'll bring you in and I'll show you into my world. What you've got is in the center there, you might be able to see it's on about 80. It is actually 80. So the snare is on 80. Oh, it's hot in here. Pardon that. Pardon the sweat. So it's on 80, but because it sounds strange, but because it's such a used and horribly exhausted head, the lugs are set. When I was doing it, they were all at about 90. So because it's got such a big depression in the center, it needs to be over cranked, which is horrible for the drum. Don't do that to save the life of a head. Go and spend 20 or 30 pounds or dollars, get a head, otherwise you're going to end up screwing up the shell. And snare drums, even stock snare drums, can be $400 plus. So don't ever ratchet it down. When you start getting that dip, get rid of the head. It's time to go. So this has to be cranked down to 90 to give it an 80 overall, which is not good. It's really going to cause some pressure and stress on that drum. But we will continue. We will continue. That probably sounds about what it did before. It actually sounds a little bit better. If you don't believe me, go back and check it out. So this tom is sitting just under 80. And I'm looking at it, and I think this is a 12 by 10. I haven't measured these drums, they're not mine. That's about 80. And it should be at about 80. So I'll just bring that up a bit. Bring that up a bit. I mean 78 for 80. Bring you down a bit. Bring you there. Bring you up a smidge. And bring you up a smidge. There. Now, again, sounds a bit more uniform. And all I'm trying to do is illustrate a point of how fantastic this drum dial is. I know you can't see it, you're so far back, but here. Now that might need to be sorted out a bit more. Yes, maybe. Let's see what we're coming in at. Yeah, so that's on a 70, and the chart has about 75 to 80. I'm going to try and go for in the middle, maybe split the difference. Call it about 77. I think that's what I usually keep my floor tom at. But again, each to their own, very individual thing this. Yeah, see this one's down on 70, this lug. And that guy's just about there. Yeah. I really hope that this has found its way. I found the way to fast track this, because this must be a very, very niche video. Let's see what it sounds like now. It rings more. You must be able to hear that one. Before it had that wow, whoa, 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 whoa. It had that trail. It had an overtone to it that kept going on, but now that just, I mean, that's a bit cranked up. Maybe that could come down a bit, to be fair. That's a bit choked, this drum. So I'm just gonna star pattern that away. I think I put that on the upper end of its tuning. Still a bit choked. Still a bit choked. Just making fractional turns here to dial it in. I'm not obviously using the drum dial, so here we go. That is a very choked drum. That is a very choked drum. But at the end of the day, I'm going to just finish off here. I think we've explored the wonderful application that is the drum dial. That's got a bit more life in it. That's just an odd sounding drum, not gonna lie. So, that's the drum dial. Thank you for checking it out. I'm all over the shop right now. It's hot, I'm sweating, my hair's everywhere. But welcome back to the channel, and this is gonna be the first of many. I'm finally gonna start doing the covers that I've wanted to do for the longest time since I started the channel. That's really what I started it for. As always though, my style of video might be for some, might not be for others. I'm a very one take, one kind of go sort of deal. As you can tell, this was not edited. I just put the camera on and went for it. That's the style I come from. That's my bag. it might not be for everybody, but I like vinyl records. I don't have a microwave. I'm old school is what I'm saying. So it's point, shoot, record, all done. So that's enough for me. I'm going to pause it there now. So this will be the first video, and then I'll give you a tour of my cymbals, and then I'll bash out some covers, and hopefully you'll be enjoying them. We got Biffy, we got some Michael Jackson, working on some Rush, but whatever you want to hear covered, send it my way, and I'll get my teeth into it. Thank you very much. Stay safe and keep your stick on the ice.